Alola, my friend, and welcome back. So, all of the upcoming ancient Earth dragons have now been revealed to us because we have this brand new dragon, and plus I'm going to go through the previous ancient Earth dragon that was revealed too. But this is a new ancient dragon right here. Honestly, probably my favourite looking out of the new ancients, but this dragon here is known as TEZACUEVA. All I can think of is the Quaver snack. But anyway, obviously we've got this dragon here with this short video clip, and of course it's got itself covered in purple. Very cool looking dragon. I especially like the eye, bright blue. I like it. But yes, that is TEZACUEVA. We also did get a different dragon the day before called Fundiju, which is this guy here. Imagine having the name Fun in your name. Fundiju. So this is the other guy, and honestly he gives out dinosaur vibes, mainly with the tail, because you know, I am so waiting for this event to be the dinosaur event. Like, the timing would be perfect, right? It's an Earth Ancient event. I could so see dinosaurs coming out during this, so if they don't take this opportunity, I'm gonna be a very, very salty girl. But those are the two new ancient dragons. You know, this is in the DML official Discord server under game announcements. So all of this new info is here. Of course, the other dragons that we got, we had ENROJA. And it turns out that ENROJA is actually the major reward for the event. So that's why he's covered in fire and, you know, yellow and blue, because I guess that means that he's everything. So this was ENROJA. And of course, the first one that we had revealed was Pulverlez, but we haven't actually had his in-game image revealed to us. We just had this, you know, concept art, or this, you know, official piece of artwork to, you know, showcase him and probably set the stage for the theme, which is going to be obviously very deserty. And again, if I don't see dinosaurs, I'm going to be rioting. But those are all of the new ancient Earth dragons. I almost said ancient Earth epics. That would be very wrong. But ancient Earth dragons. And they said, we'll be revealing more about the upcoming ancient Earth event in the coming days and weeks. But we hope you've enjoyed this early glimpse into the latest event. And so it says coming days and weeks. So does that mean that on Friday, potentially, we might get some more info? Or maybe on Monday, we might get some more info? But the fact that they said and weeks makes me think that maybe there's actually going to be a little bit more of a, I guess, break between the next time we actually have some ancients coming in. Because if it's a few weeks, you know, we're on the 26th day of this month, which means it could be mid-June. I was guessing roughly beginning to at the latest mid-June, but you know, I'm not against the break, since we just had a divine event, and before that we just had an ancient event with Frosky in it. But you know, overall, am I interested in actually adding any of these dragons to my team? Not really. Not really. I mean, the main reward dragon being a divine, ancient, and earth dragon could have its uses, because you got a blesser and a shielder for anyone that, you know, wanted to replace that Pangu. But it's going to depend on how the event's balanced. So, yeah, I don't know. But definitely my favourite is TEZACUEVA. Second favourite for me is Fundiju. And then probably Pulverlez. And then my least favourite's actually ENROJA. Sucks to suck for me, I guess. You can disagree with my opinion of the dragon designs. I don't care. Anyway, in terms of new dragons, let's go and hatch this new boy for me. And he kind of looks like a dragon that would come out during a dinosaur event, don't you think? Coco Crab? Maybe it's just me, but I can imagine Coco Crabs roaming the beaches. Oh yeah, this always breaks. But yeah, we got the Coco Crabs on the beaches, where we've got the dinosaur dragons like Citrine on the land. I can see it. But though it loves all fruit, the Coco Crab dragon particularly enjoys prying open coconuts with its strong claws. It even uses the husks as bedding. One might say it's cuckoo for coconuts. Okay, you do you, Coco Crab. You do you, my friend. Of course, Coco Crab, we got him recently from the solo event. And we will have the revamped Dragon's Delight very soon, so we need to be prepared for that. But in terms of ancient event prep, because I have had a few people asking me, it's kind of a weird question in terms of how do you prepare for an ancient event. You know, if you are a new player, keep leveling up for a little bit longer, because if it is weeks away, you don't want to be stilting your map progress. Like, if you've got an uneven team, keep going for now. And then when we do get the official announcement date, I do recommend that you go into your team. That's not the right page, this is the one that I wanted. Go into your team and then try and level off their levels before the beginning of the event, but do that as late as possible. Because, you know, if you've got even team members on your team, then the enemy dragons will be balanced based off of that. Of course, it doesn't apply to me because all of my dragons are level 100, but that's one of the main things about making sure you can do the double trouble fights, making sure that your sigils are okay as well. The other thing is, just before the event starts, make sure you don't put in super long food timers, so you don't want the 2-day food and things like that in. You need to have your food farms ready before the event starts. Same with breeding. You don't want your breeding den clogged up because, you know, we have the castle events where you get points for doing the exact same thing, but it's more important in ancient events that you do not ruin the breeding quests, because the breeding quests and that, they all come together, and if it's the same as before, they unlock a 7th quest, and the 7th quest is very, very important to complete to make sure you're getting all of the actual currency from the event. So make sure you're doing that. I guess no luck with a duplicate Gemini Alpha here. Oh well, it does not matter. It does not matter. Where are our Geminis? I think I've got... Let's not search for ancient rarity because our Gemini is not an ancient. But yeah, we've got our Pinky and our Bluey, Beta and Alpha. That's what I meant. Duplicate Beta, that's it. God, I always get them confused in my brain. It's like I know what I'm thinking, but I don't say it. I don't know why. Silly, silly me, I guess. But yeah, those are the main things. Also, for any players in general, make sure that you do have the level 6 upgrades on your dragons, because for some reason, it seems like everyone is obsessed with not upgrading their dragons in the academy, even though level 6 upgrades in the academy are one of the most important things in game. Because the reason that legendaries aren't as good as, say, divines is purely for their skills, and mainly the level 6 upgrades that we get. Because, you know, the difference between the wrong, say, bless on a team is going to mean the difference between a successful dungeon run or not. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I just, I think we need to go back through the basics at some point, because it definitely seems like there's a lot of basic information that's been missing for a while. Maybe I haven't gone through enough, maybe DML in general's just, I was gonna say gotten stupider, that's not true. But, you know, I always try and go through the new events before they do come out, assuming I am actually well enough to. But, you know, during the event itself, you know, it's the basic, do the tasks, get the currency, but avoid the bingos if the bingos aren't of very high quality. Because at one point, I remember we were told, yeah, do the bingos whenever you can, they're great, bingos are great. And it's like, but the bingos on average, I think they cost somewhere between, I think it's 8,000 to 12,000 currency on average. Again, it depends on your actual dice roll luck between that. So if it costs that on average, you're not going to be able to actually do the bingo very often without just wasting your currency, because otherwise you'd just be focusing on purple tiles. And again, this is all assuming that the event is the same as it was before. We haven't actually had it confirmed that it's not an ancient divine fest yet, or they haven't changed things yet. So, even though we can sort of speculate, don't assume at this point, especially if it's weeks away, which they're saying that it is. They say days and weeks. I don't know if that's just to throw us off the scent or not, But if it is weeks, which I imagine would be about 2, maybe 3 weeks max, then yeah, you don't want to be assuming things now. Anything could have changed. The things that change a lot during those events are, of course, the actual drop rates of things and overall requirements, like the amount of chests that you need to open to get the guaranteed chest, or the guaranteed Dragon Board dragon. And I had to open up the guaranteed chests last time to get Punewin, which meant that I basically could not miss a reset in the whole event. Close to, I think I could miss 3 or 4 resets out of the whole month, and that was it. That's what you have to do if you don't want to spend any extra. Now, you might want to buy the shrine thing that comes out, if that comes out as well, which is like, what, $2? No, £2, so about, what, $3? You can do that, but it depends whether you're going to be logging in frequently enough to actually get value out of it. If you're going to be logging in for almost every reset, might be worth getting it just to make sure, and then if you do end up missing, say, a day worth of resets, you'll still be okay. But the ancient events in the past, even in the nicest iterations, have not been kind in terms of actually allowing you to have a life when you go outside. So keep all of that in mind. It doesn't mean that the events are impossible to get rewards out of free to play. You could get a full drop out of the event. You could just log in for every reset, say your schedule fits perfectly in the 6-hour reset time frame. You can get that dragon guaranteed, and then the only other one is going to be the chest dragon, and that'll probably depend on whether you've got a good dungeon team or not. And we've been doing a lot of dungeon. You know, it's the fact that you gotta choose in game now, because what's best for map progress and overall getting to level 100 quickly isn't actually what's best in terms of event grinding now. Because now there's such a massive emphasis on dungeon, it does mean that it's sort of difficult to decide whether you just want to progress on the map or if you just want to try and focus on getting event dragons. I still think map progress is king in terms of, especially early on, getting your dragons to a higher level, unlocking more things, and mainly being able to do more fights in the Enchantment League. But you can do a balance. Again, level up quickly on the map to begin with, and then just before the event starts, you know, start hoarding food, say maybe a week before the event starts. Depends on your player level, really. Well, not player level, dragon level. And then try and even off right at the end. That's the ultimate big brain play, if you want the best of both worlds. I mean, I wouldn't recommend ignoring the event, definitely not, because ancients are necessary for long dungeon runs, just like divines are. I wouldn't ignore them, but, you know, just keep everything in mind. I'm just trying to give you advice based off of what we've seen in the past, what you should expect, that sort of thing. But it might not be like that. So, although I could give advice, don't assume it's going to be exactly as we plan it to be. So, all of that taken into account, you know, will we get the ancients? I don't know. You know, things come up, life changes things, we'll see. We'll see in the end. Also, I haven't been focusing on this dungeon run too much. I'm just sort of no-braining it at this point, so don't worry. I normally would have played out the last sort of 2 cycles a little bit differently, but I'm just gonna see us die here. Just see us die. We're not at a very high dungeon KO count anyway, so I haven't even been checking the quests. Doesn't matter, but, you know, good luck. Make sure your dungeon team is ready for this, and, you know, any breeding, get it out of the way now, before the Dragon's Delight event starts, and before the actual, any other events start. Because, you know, if you can do breeding in the downtime, that is going to be the best for you, but, you know, at the end of the day, play how you want to play. Just, if you want to play faster, or you want to play more optimally, there are ways to do it. So, anyway, for now, good luck. Let me know what you think about these new ancients, and You know, you can join my own server as well as the official DML Discord server if you want to. You don't have to, you do you. But until next time, I hope to see you then.